Watch what's approaching, the supreme moment. Reality striking closer than it seems, don't it? Go ahead, it's for the taking if you want it. If not, the dream dies and you'll be forever haunted. Then confront it.
Hey, what's going on? So I was randomly having a conversation with Nolar about, for whatever reason, we ended up talking about the Shenron and you know, the Dragon Balls that you can summon through the quest mode. But I mean, Nolar, how long has it been since you summoned Shenron in the game from the quest mode, you know, gathering of the Dragon Balls? I mean, it's been a while, right?
Yeah, I think the last time they updated the story mode was somewhere between year 2 and 3, and I definitely used it to get some orbs. So in Gogeta at the time, I ramped with him, and that's where I got it. I needed the orbs, so did the missions, and that's where it was. So yeah, it's been a long time. I want to say it's been like 2.5 years, maybe more than that now, maybe closer to 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't remember the last time I used it. It's just such a long time ago, and it's crazy because of how obsolete that is, right? First of all, that's a
Right.
double-layered topic because of, you know, quests never increasing since what, Area 27 is the latest one we have, right?
Yep.
And I don't know why, and this can be a whole different discussion about it, but whatever reason they didn't increase quest mode and essentially making the Shenron Wishes obsolete. So that's pretty much, you know, the brief history behind it. Nolar, do you want to cover what the wishes actually were? Or I have it pulled up too, but
I mean, I can cover it real quick. So when you first start the game, everyone knows you just go through story mode, because one, you get Dragon Stones, and then two, when you first start, at least when I first started, I was like, oh great, Dragon Balls, that's like really fun. You know, it's a nice little mini game within the game.
Mm-hmm.
So the first wish you get is you increase inventory space by 10 and receive 10 Dragon Stones, which I guess when the game launched was a big deal.
yeah, it was a huge deal back then.
Yeah, in retrospect, maybe they need to update some of the stuff. We can talk about that a little more.
Yeah.
But, the second one is you get a bunch of training items and support items, or training locations, I should say, and support items. And then the next one's like get a stronger team, so they increase team costs, and awakening medal. They gave you awakening medals. And then I want help in battle, so that opened up the inventory space, the item space. So you went from 2 to 4. And give you 2 copies of each support item. Then the second set, you know, as you progress further, you get a lot of gems. That's the Baba treasures.
Mm-hmm.
Again, you can increase more allies, so 10 more inventory space and 10 more Dragon Stones. More teams, so you get an extra team deck. So I think you started with 5 and now you get 6.
Right.
Or was it 7? Something along
Yeah,
that.
something like that.
I want to make, you know, a certain type character stronger, so they gave you awakening medals and training items.
Oh man, look at that. Look at that. 10 of the Gregory medals. That is so awesome, man.
Yeah, because we all need just 10 Gregory medals, right? So, and then after that, the third set of the wishes, they gave 10 time reversal, so reverse Dokkan units, the defeat and dupes. Okay, want more teams, so an extra team deck, and then they gave you potential orbs. You know, I want AGL orbs, and then you got a bunch of those. So yeah, I think the last time I used it, there's still the potential to get like 4 more of those third sets. So you only got 2, 3, 4 sets done, or 3 sets, I should say. So,
Yeah.
there was definitely space for them to add more. They just kind of forgot in the last, or they just decided not to in the last 2.5, 3 years.
Yeah, I guess it kind of makes sense too, right? Because there are similar things that occur a little bit less frequently. It's kind of like special times during the year, like Purunga, Black Star, Dragon Ball, and potentially, you know, a Super Dragon Ball in the future. But at least right now, we've had the Black Star Dragon Ball in the past. What was that for? That was during
4th year.
Okay, that's what it was. And then Purunga obviously is kind of like periodic, you know, Tanabata related and stuff like that.
Yeah, basically it's been Tanabata related. I mean, the first debut was 3rd year, right, for Japan and global. And then from then on, it's been like, yeah, Tanabata. We had it once for the 250 million downloads. That was Transforming Goku and Frieza, I think. So, yeah, It's nice because like you get 3 wishes, and the wishes are all very good at no matter what stage of the game you are, early on, mid game, end game player. There's a lot of wishes you can utilize, so that's always special to have. The Black Star Dragon Ball was 4th year. It didn't give you a wish, but it was like a nice acknowledgement of it. And when you did the story mode, it like cracked open, and then you got the Omega Shenron.
Yeah.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah, no, it's a good way to open things up instead of just kind of a traditional, event becoming available. That's kind of a cool deal, I guess.
Yeah, it's always nice to do something unique, even if it's small. It shows that the devs care. They want to make something nice for the player base, so that's always a good thing.
Yeah.
And again, like you said, we potentially could see the Super Dragon Balls on the line. Yeah, I don't know what kind of wishes those would be. What kind of
it better be ridiculous. That's all I can say.
Yeah, 100 Dragon Stones, guys.
You know what? 100 isn't. 100 isn't outside the realms of reality at this point, which is kind of a crazy concept to think about when we were in year 1 or 2. I mean, getting 1 Dragon Stone was kind of a huge deal back then, based on whatever it was. But I guess the bottom line is this: because of the introduction of Purunga, especially, and in a more minor scale, the Black Star Dragon Ball, but it almost feels like the development side kind of forgot about the Shenron Wishes in a way, right? So with that being said, I mean, what possible ways can we actually bring back, the Shenron Wishes relevancy back into the picture? And we talked about a couple of ways, right? So the first being simply increasing the quest mode. So what are your thoughts about that actually happening, considering what we haven't had a story increase since what year, like 2018 or something? 17? Yeah, it's ridiculous.
I think they've given up on like story mode unto itself. I mean, that's the logical thing. Yes, give us more stages. We could get more Dragon Stones. We could, and of course, get more Dragon Balls out of it to make more wishes. But I think they kind of given up on that. So, as much as I would like them to do that, and I'm sure the player base would, I don't think that's a viable option. But I think the next kind of thing we talked about is because Purunga's once a year, maybe twice a year.
Yeah, I think sometimes it's been twice, but I think for the most part it's
once.
Yeah, it almost feels like that. Yeah.
And they tie it with like we said, Tanabata on Japan, and then on global it's the thank you celebration. I don't know why they don't just have Shenron like every month.
Yeah.
We kind of talk about it where they could just tie it to a celebration. Just a random, any celebration that we have, just, hey, we'll do Shenron. And of course, if it's going to be that frequent, the rewards obviously won't be that good, but that would still be a nice, like I said, when I first did found the Dragon Balls, it was like a nice fun mini game to play within the game, So do it during a celebration is good. I think we talked about make it tied to Battlefield in terms of refresh. So Battlefield refreshes once a month, right, on basically on a certain schedule.
Yeah.
So instead of just Battlefield and the shopping refresh Dragon Ball missions. And the missions don't have to be tied to story. They can be just general stuff you can do, like, hey, do 5 Dokkan Fest events, Or, clear 3 stages with no items. Like, it could just be super general that you can just do on anything in the game and then get it done, right? So I don't know why they don't make it a kind of a monthly recurring thing. And again, like I said, if it's because it's so often, the rewards aren't going to be great, but it's still better than nothing, right? So
yeah, I mean, it would honestly make it a little bit more viable too. I mean, honestly, if it was up to me, like on top of the Shenron showing up, the little animation it has, just throwing that little, old school, I say old school now, but it wasn't that long ago, but just, the old summoning animation of Goku, right, pulling, throw that in there as nostalgia, just, for shits and giggles or whatever. But I mean, I agree with you, like having it available with every new campaign as kind of a sub mission, I think would certainly work. Like I said, once a month reset with lining that up with Battlefield, every new season of Battlefield would certainly work as well. It just adds a more distinction, right, between your typical campaign mission rewards. I mean, it's kind of nice to be able to actually utilize Shenron. I mean, we haven't done that in 2 to 3 years probably now. So it's just, I don't like, when's the last time you actually looked at the Dragon Radar, right? I mean, a long time. And I guess the last thing, right, is we kind of talked about the rewards a little bit, and at the time when this was a little bit more relevant, 10 Dragon Stones was actually a pretty big deal, right? And nowadays it's not so much. I mean, honestly, like if it was up to me, I would probably pick the potential orbs every single time. I just see the most value out of the group. Maybe like team cost, character inventory space might have some beneficial value too, but yeah, they could certainly, I mean, they could easily adjust this to where they update it to a little bit more current state, or if it's going to be once a month, then they can scale it down, or whatever different way you want to look at it. But there's no reason that this should stay in the shadows like it currently does, unless you're a new player. I just don't see and understand why the development side even does this. So I guess it ultimately just comes down to just, I think, from both sides, development and player-based standpoint, we just simply forgot about it, and we don't really talk about it. And because we don't talk about it, there's no real need to kind of pursue it, right? I mean, that's my assumption here. I mean, I don't know. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I think we all just forget about it because the thing about when you're a new player, there's just so much to do, right? You're just overwhelmed. Like, okay, I get through story. I got to Dokkan Awaken these guys. I want to try Battlefield. I want to try Extreme Super Battle Road, or any like Legendary Goku event, Infinite Dragon. So there's lots of things to do. So like in my mind, I mean, I'm not a new player. I'm a veteran, but if I was a new player and finished the story and then moved on to these other milestones to reach, I can see why people forget about it and don't talk about it. Literally, I think the only reason why we talked about it is you're like, hey, can you send me a screenshot of your oldest SS or URs?
Yeah, that's what it was.
Like, oh, man, yeah. I remember the Dragon Balls. I got Dragon Balls for this, and then that's how we kind of went off on a tangent on it. But yeah, I completely forgot about Shenron, and the only reason like we talked about it was just we're going down a nostalgia trip, and I was like, hey, when was the last time we used it? And here we are, right, talking about it.
Yeah, I'm on Dokkan Wiki right now, looking at the animation of like, I literally have not seen this in years. It's just crazy. It's just such a crazy concept. Like something that's that blatantly available in like the home screen or whatever. I'm guessing it's still there on the left somewhere, under whatever. So yeah, so, I mean, it's just blatantly there. So make more uses of it. It's not. It shouldn't be.
Yeah, it shouldn't just be left to the wayside. I want to address the point you said. So, some of these rewards were relevant then; they're not nearly as relevant now. Although character space by 10, that's still very good.
Yeah, yeah.
You can get. We have way more things they can offer as wishes, right?
Yeah.
So we've got, so the last time they updated this was when we had reverse Dokkan and orb system. Well, now we have skill equips, we have stickers, we've got gacha coins. Like I've always said, them introducing gacha coins was a good thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why they haven't given it to us as a reward. Like, hey, you hit top grossing, here's like 30 yellow coins because we hit top grossing for UI Goku. Oh, we hit top grossing for Bardock. He's a Dokkan Fest. Here's like 30 red coins. Like, I don't know why they don't introduce that as a mechanic, but that's a whole other topic for another day.
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean,
they could give that. That's an option, So.
Yeah, either that. I mean, the other thing I was thinking was simply just, if you want to talk about really making this, bringing back Shenron's Wishes and making it guaranteed to be active, is like one of the rewards will simply be like a free multi or whatever. I guarantee you 100% of the player base will make sure they summon Shenron every single month if it's a monthly occurrence, if you do something like that. Yeah. So, I mean, I don't there shouldn't be an increase in bandwidth. I mean, it's already available in the game, so they just basically just have to whatever, yeah, exactly. Yeah, so I don't know. Yeah. I guess you can reach out to them and ask them directly. Send a friendly reminder email to Bandai and ask them about it.
I wish I had that kind of reach, but yeah, I mean, hopefully they're listening to this and then they'll be like, yeah, actually that might not be a bad idea. I just think it would make very good engagement for the players to continue to play, because as an end game player for me, I could probably get these missions done in a day or two, but like I just log in, do my dailies. If there's like some farmable currency to do, I'll do it if I want to. But I mean, as the super end game player, like I don't really log into the game much. This would give me an incentive to log in and play and get a lot of stuff done. So I don't see why they don't do it.
Yeah, hopefully it happens at some point, and the more people talk about it, maybe it'll bring back the relevancy. So with that being said, I mean, the guys, you guys watching right now, make sure to leave some feedback or input as to what your thoughts are, and hopefully maybe it'll pick up some steam at some point and they actually address it. I mean, it's gonna take minimal effort to actually reset this. So I don't see why they shouldn't. So I guess, Nolar, you and I and everybody else, we'll just have to wait and see what happens, right?
Yep, that's what we're gonna have to do. So.
Well, I'm glad you randomly brought this up because it's been an interesting conversation about the lack of Shenron's Wishes being updated. So, like I said, we'll see what happens.
Alrighty, well, thanks a lot for having me on. Appreciate it.
All right, well, hopefully next time we have an interesting topic, we'll have tea time with Nolar again. So that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the little small conversation, and definitely stay tuned for the next one. All right, see you guys.
See you guys.